For whatever reason, I don't know. But I just want to talk about some things that nobody else is willing to talk about. And one of the things that I want to talk about was the black church. Whether you realize it or not, and a lot of people don't want to say it, but the black church is hurting the community worse than some of the gangs that are in your community. You ask yourself why. Well, it's a lot of reasons why. Because we have these pastors that nobody is holding accountability for. We have these pastors that are fleecing people out of all their money. And what they're trying to portray to you, or what they're trying to tell you, is that, you pay your tithes and offering, and you'll be blessed, and you'll be this, and you'll be that. And that's not necessarily true. Because if you read the Bible for yourself, the Bible even talks about that there'll always be poor among us. And we know everybody is not going to be rich. I don't care how much tithes and offering you pay. And then they try to fool you by, they dressing sharp, driving around in Mercedes or BMWs or whatever cars that they're driving around in. I've actually had a pastor tell me one day that the reason why he drives his Mercedes is because he wanted to show the drug dealers that a pastor can have a Mercedes too. Well, I beg to differ. You wasn't actually showing the drug dealers that the pastors can have a Mercedes. No, you be a pastor. Let them be a drug dealer. Because you driving around in a Mercedes trying to prove to drug dealers that you can have a Mercedes too. Well, guess what? You look like a drug dealer. So we need to stop this notion just because a person is a pastor that they can't be held accountable for. Anytime we talk about God, a lot of times people don't want to step on that subject. But everybody, I don't care who you are, a police officer, a principal, everybody abused their power. And that's what's happening in the black community. What churches do when they are in black communities, they're supposed to help the community because it's people that's in that community that's going to those churches. Most of the pastors that preach at some of these churches don't even live in those communities. And most of the communities that a lot of these black churches are in poor communities. We got to stop and start holding our pastors accountable because far too often they're hurting the black community. And again, I'm not talking about all churches. So don't make no comments talking about my church is not like that. It's not all churches. Just like all police officers are not bad. All people are not bad, but a lot of us are. But again, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. If you have any comments, just write a comment below and let me know what you guys think.